Hi there. I was thinking about the Mont Blanc Meisterstuck 149 with the curved nib for calligraphy. I spent quite a bit of time in the Mont Blanc store whether or not to buy this pen. As we all know, Mont Blanc has this and that in terms of its reputation and how people feel about it in terms of its expense and what you get for your money. I spent quite a bit of time writing with it and I ended up buying it. And I thought, oh, this is probably a big mistake. But I thought about it, and as I wrote with it more, a new viewpoint came into mind. Let me just take a moment. As you know, this is what we're talking about. It's the new Mont Blanc curved nib Meisterstuck calligraphy nib. And it's not like the Fritz Schrumpf calligraphy nib that they had 3 or 4 years ago. This is a curved nib that is essentially the Naginata Togi nib. Not to confuse or make a difference, but it had a different purpose with it, and Mont Blanc went down the same road as the Togi and as the Fuda nibs, and similarly so the Architect nib. And that's what I thought it was, and I thought I could deal with it. This is the presentation, as you can see, and I thought it might be interesting to see what it looks like as we open it. Our box. And as we see, it looks just like a regular 149. And I think they're really a beautiful pen. I think that the balance is quite good. I think the resin is high quality. I think that the nib is the real question as to whether or not how useful can it be. Because we are all not artists and we all don't hold the pen at a 90-degree angle and shift it to a 60 or 45-degree angle. And it can be a problem. And I found it to be similar to that in terms of a problem. But let's just take a writing sample. Let me just show you what I discovered, and you may actually find it to be helpful as well. So if we look for a moment, this is the, let's just use the pen as we would in a normal writing sample. And as you can see, the line is almost unusable. I mean, for just normal writing, it's just a little bit too thick. I would venture to say it's even thicker than the double broads. That's what I found. However, in the Japanese culture, a lot of the kanji that is written is done so with a paintbrush. So if we used this pen in that fashion, let me show you, and used it as a paintbrush, very light, it's really a delightful in which to write with it. Has a very nice line variation, and it's just very light on the page, and it can perform absolutely quite well. And it's a delight with which to write. It flows across the page, gives a beautiful line, and the ink can be thick at times, and then it can be light at times. And it is very much just like a paintbrush. And I really found it quite enjoyable. It's becoming one of my most favorite pens. So I thought I'd just share it with you in terms of, in the view of this pen, as to what it might bring for your writing pleasure. Talk to you later.